Hey, beautiful beings, how are you? I'm recording this a little bit ahead of Wednesday because I've got a busy week, and honestly, the energies are so interesting right now that people keep asking me what's going on, and it felt important that I come online and share a little bit about what's happening. The simplest way for me to explain what is occurring right now is that we are in between timelines, we are in between states of being, we are in the in-between, we are in the void, and I know that this energy isn't very comfortable. You might feel a little bit like you're grieving. You might feel a little lost. You might feel a little activated in your nervous system. But this is all serving a purpose, I promise. We are moving in a direction that I think is going to be really positive as we move into the back half of June. But it's going to be a little intense as we head in that direction. Let's just chat about that, okay? So what does it mean to be in the in-between? So as we are creating, as we are moving through versions of ourselves and creating the life that we want, there inevitably is a period of being in the void, being in the space between, and that's what we're at now. In May, we had some major activations that happened, and we will have some more around the solstice on June 21st. And so we're in the middle. And I can give you an example from my own life to illustrate this. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. So when I was in Peru, I made a lot of offerings and had a lot of conversations with Mother Earth and Spirit about my work and getting my work out into the world in an expanded way, reaching more people and doing it with more ease because this girl's tired. If you know me well, you know that I work my butt off. I see 17 to 20 clients a week, and I'm doing podcasts, I'm doing workshops, I'm doing retreats, I'm doing all the things. And I'm still in this bubble of where my reach has gotten to. And part of that is how I'm taking care of my body and what I have capacity for. But a lot of it has been fear and being afraid to put myself out in a bigger way. And so I made all these offerings, got some very distinct messages from Spirit about connecting with hummingbird medicine and working with that energy, which I have been doing quite a lot of, and working with that frequency. And then what has happened since I've gotten back is that I have been presented with a whole bunch of different options, different ways to expand my reach. And I don't know what to choose because there are too many choices right now. And I keep pulling oracle cards and tuning into the guides and checking in, and they're like, don't make any decisions. Just be in the play of having all of these opportunities presented to you, and you'll know when it's the time to make a choice and to align with a decision. And so that's what I'm doing. But for a type A planner who is very much about goals and visioning and all of those things, it's a little uncomfortable. It's a little uncomfortable to not know which direction to head in. And that's a really good example of how the energies are playing out for a lot of us right now. We might feel like we're in this void space and we don't know which way to go. We can't figure out which way to align. And so in Healing Circle this week on Wednesday, we're going to be working on Living Your Dream, which is the title of the Healing Circle. And what I am going to be doing with you all is helping you to pull your energy back, get rooted into yourself, and connect with the thing that your heart most desires as a frequency, and begin to vibrate at that frequency and allow that to draw in the next best step for you without you having to go out and figure it out, okay? And that's a very simplified way of describing what we're going to do, but that's the essence of it. Because what I'm finding with myself and with other people is that the stuff going on in the collective, everybody is not able to quite put their finger on what is unsettling them. There's things changing and there's a feeling of change in the air, but they can't quite pinpoint it. And so what I'm noticing is that there's a lot of fear in the collective, and that energy is so sticky that it's pulling us out of our truth, and we're vibing at whatever's happening around us. We're conforming to the frequency around us, the field around us. And that's taking us out of focus. And when we get out of focus, the things that we're manifesting take longer. It takes us longer to get there. It's harder to get there. We make some quote unquote mistakes. I don't think we ever make mistakes, but we might make some missteps or feel like we do some things that are not in our highest truth and we get a little derailed. So there's a lot of noise in the field that we need to silence and we need to eliminate, because when you're trying to make a decision about something important in your life, the last thing that you need is a whole bunch of noise in your headspace. You need to be really clear in your headspace and have a lot of alignment and be centered in your own being so that you can make these decisions. And I know that you might have a tendency to want to outsource and ask everybody's opinions and see what they think. But every time you do that, you are watering down your own vibration and stepping out of your intuitive knowing. And I do think it's important to have a sounding board, but have an idea of how you feel about something before you go and ask other people's opinions, right? Be somewhat clear on it. And if you need to go work through some things, make them be secondary or tertiary things, not the primary decision. Get pretty clear within your own being. And I don't think this is something that we're very practiced at. We're very practiced at going to everybody else and asking their opinions and outsourcing our truth. And I think it's about time that we start to insource our truth a little bit more. So that's what's going on. And I'm finding these Gemini energies that we're in to be really interesting, because we've got Jupiter in Gemini right now. It moved out of Taurus, which is my sign, which was very much about values and resources. And now it's moved into ideas. We have so many ideas. We have so many things that we could be doing. And we got to figure out how to harness that energy and how to focus and eliminate distraction. And so that's the medicine that we need right now to best take advantage of this expansive Jupiter and Gemini frequency that we have going on, which is quite exciting, I think. When we get into solstice time, it's beautiful and sunny. I'm sitting outside. It's like a gorgeous day today. I can't wait to experience it as I drive to my cranial sacral appointment and do all the things that I need to do today. It's not going to be a down day, but it's beautiful and I can appreciate that. And there's so much doing and action energy, so much light coming in, so much divine masculine solar energy, and it's very activating. And we can easily go down the rabbit hole and get sent in a million different directions. So we got to ground. We got to get rooted in ourselves. We got to bring everything back. We got to simplify. We got to cut out the noise. That's what we need to be doing right now. Okay. So just a little update from me on what's going on. If you've been feeling it, comment, let me know how you're experiencing these energies. They're exciting. They're really exciting, but they're also a little overwhelming. So I think when we get closer to solstice, like around the 18th or 19th, it's going to be a little bit easier to navigate. We're going to have a little bit more information. We're going to be a little bit more dialed in. And then solstice is just going to push us in the direction of our new timeline and our new version of ourselves. So be with whatever's arising. Take what resonates from this, leave the rest, and take good care of yourselves. And I hope to see some of you in Healing Circle on Wednesday. I think it's going to be a super, super helpful one to navigate these big energies that are coming in. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you soon.